Alright guys, hey. It's me, Trendfollowing Tyson, and I just wanted to make today's cast. So this is going to be for tomorrow, closing the week out. I noticed there's a lot of red on the markets today, but I've managed to, like I kind of normally do a lot, I don't like to trade stocks that like to behave negatively off of what someone else has to say or what the president has to say or anything like that. I like to kind of trade stocks that kind of trade independently. And with this behavior, like I said, with this behavior that's been going on in the markets for some time, it's been going on for a few months now. A lot of these stocks that we're looking at and a lot of these stocks that we've been following have maintained a relatively consistent price action to the upside and have maintained their uptrends. They have maintained these higher highs and higher lows. So let's stay green, minus the tariffs, minus the trade wars, and let's just trade the strength, okay? Now, it might take some navigation. It's not going to be just that easy, okay? And it's going to take some gut, too, for you to stick with. Because I had a few stocks that were red today that I'm following long in my portfolio, my uptrends, but I didn't sell them. I didn't manipulate those positions at all. Matter of fact, I should be adding to some of them, but I'll get to that shortly. We'll get to the trend picture shortly. So, but the main thing is that we're staying long on these trends because it's our job, and it's our job to follow the strength and follow the consistency. So the market will pick up a quote from Richard Dennis. It's my favorite quote, and it kind of simplifies everything that we're doing here. It kind of gives me, this show, and everything we're doing here its own purpose, okay? The market being in a trend is the main thing that eventually gets us in a trade. That is a pretty simple idea. Being consistent and making sure you do that all the time is probably more important than the particular characteristics you use to define the trend. Whatever method you use to enter trades, the most critical thing is that if there is a major trend, your approach should assure that you get in that trend. Let's look at the trends. All right. First off my list, TNDM. We're only going to have a handful of these because we're just looking to stay green inside of the madness tomorrow. Markets may show up, but I know some of these stocks are going to probably show up to work regardless. Okay. And if you were long on some of them, you're probably already going to see some major blessings, or sort of like some rewards, so to speak. All right. So TNDM, you guys see this consistency here on the chart. We haven't had a major gap down here and then a gap back up like Intelsat. This is just maintaining this consistency. Maintaining this consistency. All right. After hours TNDM. So today it opened up at 2104, had a high of 2148, and then closed at 2031. Okay. Just right in this area. Close at 231. All right. Home run TNDM, #1 off the winners list. Look for this. If you're already long on this, like me, you're probably already going to see some great rewards here. Because in after hours trading, TNDM is up 21%. Now, if the this is not like some trickery, because this is NASDAQ So this is actually TNDM's. This is actually where they're trading at. So if you could just imagine TNDM being right here, right now. Which is kind of bizarre, but You know, we'll see when the markets open. But if that is the case, I have nothing to say, and I will be making a show tomorrow to see if that price is efficient, because right here in NASDAQ after hours, we're up 4 points. In my account, that's almost a couple grand. Okay. 21%. So remember I told you guys about TM. So if this is efficient, if this shows up as what it should be, which that's NASDAQ after hours, and it's showing up on my Robinhood too. If that's efficient, you guys, if that's efficient, this thing isn't showing the rest of the chart for some reason. There's a lot more of a chart back here. That's strange. Wait 1 second. Let's see if this thing. The heck is the rest of the chart at? Anyways, if you see the backside of the chart on TNDM, I really can't believe that we started breaking into this upside here. And it's on the chart, it really shows more than this here. I don't know what's going on here. But wow, major home run. Intelsat managing to stay green minus this madness going on. Managing to stay green minus all the madness you see out there. Okay. Show you the dailies. So I like this stock going into tomorrow. I like this stock in the long term. Okay. All right. Opened up at 1945, closed at 1956. Not really major, but a lot better than a lot of these stocks that are completely red on the market. And I've been trading this stock through this whole time. Minus, see all this right here? All this Trump behavior has been going on waves since, the beginning of the year, since February sometime. So minus all this negative behavior across the markets, we've been trading exceptionally well. So I like to trade stocks that kind of have a mind of their own. That like to trade where they're going, minus what the news is saying and all that kind of stuff. I like to trade that kind of stuff. All right. So finally, the chart showed up on TNDM. It was acting kind of creaky, but here we go. So I told you guys. I told you guys. We traded this thing back here. We're up here now. I told you I couldn't believe it was a $20 stock. I just couldn't believe it. And I said, well, that's nothing. I think $20 is fine. But to be honest, I think if this stock really starts approaching some of these other areas, it has a lot of upside left. If we're going to break out of this downtrend, which we've already shown signs of in the 1 year. We've already shown that this is consistency. This isn't like, how charts like, the fake uptrends are like, they're crap. Like these this is a fake uptrend and it craps on itself. Lower lows. Look at all these lower lows and all this stuff. Lower lows all the way down the chart. And all these lower lows have let me get a trend line real quick. Lower lows here on the chart. See? So we're broke out of those lower lows. This isn't one of these pops and drops, pops and drops, pops and drops. This is actual consolidation and now movement to the upside. Like a reversal in price action. Okay? See when it was on a clear downtrend and it crossed this 20-day moving average? See when it crossed this 20 and sentiment changed to the upside. Okay? TNDM, home run. If that thing is trading at 24 tomorrow, man, congratulations to all the longs. Congratulations to that home run hitting, trend following. Man, when I opened that thing at 7, I had no clue it was getting to 24 or something at all. Jesus Christ. SVU broke out of, same thing with TNDM, you guys. Clear downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. And what did I tell you guys? I said if we start to come and test this area here, then that means this downtrend with these, see this, lower low, lower lows, all the way. Downtrend clearly down here. Prices curl and start to reverse, then the pattern starts to change. Okay? So look for this thing to start closing above 21, closing above 24. Let's go and look at the 1 year time frame and we'll see why. Higher highs and higher lows, not like these, okay? Consolidation here, higher highs and higher lows breaking out, all right? Broke out of this, now we're up here. Once we break out of this, the move has been official. We've already crossed the moving averages, major moving averages, all right? Now we're above the 20. We're above all these moving averages crossing. So this move is definitely on. All right, SVU. Because as you can see, it's been traded from here when it broke out of this area. All right, from 18 to 20. See. All right, nice move here. Approaching this area here. Once we set a higher high over this, you can forget about that whole downtrend popping thing. That's a whole price reversal. SENS looking good right now. Expect these stocks to give you somewhere to turn to minus all this crap that's going on. Look for these stocks to give you somewhere to turn to. All right. SENS. Trading really wonderful right now. You see, crossed over this $4 area and the move is on. All right. Not a huge green day today, but still a green day. All right. All right, still a green day. Opened at 490, closed at 498. Huge green day on SENS. All right. Huge green day on SENS. All right. Look how it's trading. Once it broke out of this area, guys, just look how it started. Open here, closed. Open here, closed. Open here, closed. All right. Open here, closed. Another good day. Open here, closed. Pure consistency on this stock right now. Minus the crap going on. GLUU. You guys know we've been following this thing. You guys know. So if you anybody that's watching the show, you know what this show. You know what we're trend following here. We're not just buying and selling. So if you were trading back then, we never got a sell signal on TNDM. Right? We never got a sell signal on Intelsat. Well, we kind of got whipsawed a little bit there, but I still have a position there. So when I get whipsawed, I don't cut my complete position. I keep a position there. When we set higher highs, I add back. So add it back to Intelsat. Still riding that winner from $6. TNDM from $6.50, from $7. All right, SVU, SENS, GLUU, okay, ENPH. So here's GLUU. I gave you guys this one when it set this new 52 back here, and it's just showing pure consistency on the year. All right, look at that. All right, so look for that thing to show some consistency throughout all the crap, and especially if we close above this, guys. We close above this $7. We're knocking down some major old prices. This thing has curled, totally came back to here. Watch for that thing to close above this and close above that and get moving. But this, we've already enjoyed a nice move from 4 to, from 550 to 667. All right. GLUU. Looking for some continuation on these things, guys. We're looking for a safe haven outside of all this crap going on. As you see, all these stocks have been trading relatively well, very consistent. All right. GLUU holding up these prices on the 5-day. Look at that. It's no brainer. All right. Look for it to hold up 645, 640, and just continue like it's been doing. ENPH, I showed you guys earlier this week, or maybe even yesterday, but I've been showed you it a few months ago, maybe a month ago, and a green day on this stock. And remember, I showed you it breaking out of this area here. Out of this area here, 650. Because what's on the top of that is this. So what I'm saying is, once we break out of this, just look for continuation. Look for this round to just continue. And this round is continuing, okay? That round is continuing there. All right? ENPH. Internet provider, SHSP. Internet providers doing real well. I'm going to show you another good internet provider. SHSP. All right? It doesn't have a lot of market cap like everything else we're trading. Everything else we're trading, guys, has at least $500 million to $1 billion in market cap. You need that market cap to carry you, all right? To carry this price action, to justify these prices, all right? SHSP doesn't have a lot of market cap, but it's moving darn well. I gotta follow it. I gotta follow it. It's a fairly newer company. It's only dating back to February, but crossed its old higher, its highest point. It crossed it already. That's what this giant candle was about here. See how this was all sitting inside of each other right here, these old higher highs? See how the old higher highs on this side. See these old higher highs on this side, right? And then price is sitting inside of them. See how the prices stopped and sat right here? And what I say, what you guys learn on the show about old resistance levels? When we sit inside of old resistance levels, it's a good buying point. It's a good point to make an entry to a trend, okay? Because you can easily set your stop below it and give yourself some space. That way you don't get popped out and things run without you. But normally on old resistance levels, stocks like to give big bars or lots of price action to kind of justify a nice move outside of it, all right? So that SHSP looking wonderful. All right, so look for that thing to continue. All right, I like for it to hold this last candle at 850. I like for it to hold this level. And it may even use this to hold and continue on. So just watch for continuation on SHSP. You see this thing not really too much worried about any trade wars, right? All right. And PCOM, last but not least, and then we'll see you guys we'll update things. We'll see how the markets turn out tomorrow, right? And we'll be back to kind of take a look at that. Stay ahead of the curve. Keep following the strength. We got to be able to ride the winners and cut the losers. We absolutely have to. We have to be able to ride the winners and cut the losers. And we have to know where the winners are at. We have to know what we're riding. PCOM, look at this. Rounding structure here on this thing. Rounding structure, you guys know what it is on this channel. All right, but look at the strength on it. I like for PCOM to continue. Not as much market cap as I like. I think this is 100 and something, but I like this. I think this is at $250 million or above. I like it at $500 million, but this thing well justified what it's doing here, okay? If it's rounding, if you're seeing strength here, and you go back on the 5, you go back your time frame out and you understand what this stock is trying to do. It's just rounding in price. It's just Prices are unable to push lower, but they're being pushed higher slowly. Prices unable. That's why these things are rounding here. Prices unable to be pushed lower. You know, unable to be pushed lower here, unable to be pushed lower, so they're just rounding up now. And you look at the yearly, you should be able to see the strength. All right, where the prices are unable to be pushed at. See where it held this level and just started rounding, kind of. All right, prices being unable to be pushed lower, being able to be pushed higher. Watch that thing right there, PCOM. All right. So I'll see you guys back. Trade safe, manage at risk in any case. And like I said, if TNDM opens up at $24 tomorrow, this isn't a paid service, you guys. This is not a paid service by far. Man. Holy shnikes.